What's up, family? Welcome to Ask the Mods,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This is my sweetheart, Iana.
And this is my baby, Ayize.
We're going to go ahead and jump right into the question. I feel like my wife is insecure and lacks confidence within our relationship because she's extremely defensive when we have disagreements, and she doesn't want me to experience the outside world. Someone from the outside looking in would never know because she seems to be self-assured and confident. What can I do to boost her self-esteem within our relationship?
All right. Okay. Well, this is an issue that can manifest in a lot of relationships, and oftentimes this thing kind of eludes us. We don't know kind of what to do, especially when somebody's real defensive and that kind of thing. Well, the first thing is this. You got to tell her. You have to tell her what you're seeing, right? Because we can sometimes, notice, hey, I'm observing some things, and I think that there's some hang-ups that my spouse may have. Love them to death, but got some issues. But then we don't know how to bring it to them. You got to tell her, number one. So don't hold back. Let it be something that she's aware of and she knows that you know.
And be cautionary in your approach. One of the things that we recommend that if you're having difficulty having that type of conversation with your spouse, it might be best if you just write a letter. Because sometimes the face-on-face contact isn't necessarily the best way to go because people get defensive, arguments get started, and it's just not a pleasant experience sometimes. So maybe writing a letter might be the best way to go. But don't make the mistake and assume that because she's appearing to be self-confident outside in the world, that automatically translates into the house. I mean, she could be very vulnerable in the house, very weak in the house, and you got to take that thing, very sensitively and approach her delicately, when you do approach her.
Because in the house, which really symbolizes in the relationship, it's a more intimate place. But in the world, it's a very detached place. You don't have to connect in with other people, and they don't have to see all of you, right? We see more of each other within the relationship. And then let me just piggyback what my husband just said. Compassion is critical here. When he talked about the approach, maybe writing a letter or, figuring out some other way to kind of bring that to the table, it's all about compassion. If you couch what you have to say from a compassionate place, where you really try to feel what she might feel, you really try to get in her shoes and see what that feels like to her, and not judge or condemn or say, you need to get it together. The person most of the time knows that your intentions are well. They can feel the spirit of your energy towards them. And so that's something that you really need to focus on, is being compassionate, so that she doesn't feel as if, hey, you're somebody she has to defend against.
And if it's important to you, it's important to the relationship. So it's a requirement that it get taken care of, because that thing will keep on popping up, rearing its ugly head. So again, if it's important to you, it's important to the relationship. And I know you want your relationship on the right track.
Right. So what that means is this. While you want to be compassionate, while you want to be patient with her in her process in terms of how she receives what you're saying, she might not just jump on and be like, you know what, you're right. Let's get on this today. Let's work it out right now. Don't we wish that could always happen? While she may not do that, you have to be persistent. Keep it on the table. Don't withdraw and just let it kind of go to the wayside here and there. Keep it there because it's important for you all to get through. And lastly, if this proves to be just a bit much for you all to be able to handle on your own, it's okay, right? There's some things that we need to get a third party involved.
Sometimes we need a mediator.
Yes, we do. It's just that simple. We just can't get through one sentence to the next because you were just going back and forth no matter how hard we try, right? So get a third party if you need to. Have a counselor come in to the equation, get some relationship coaching, go to some marriage support groups or education classes, what have you. But make it a priority, keep it on the table, keep it compassionate, hold her accountable, and you will get through. Stop playing and start pushing.